Good afternoon, Adult Squad. We're going to start in about 30 seconds to a minute. Just let everybody kind of get in and get ready. If you're here on time, thank you so much. Again, we'll be starting in about now 20 seconds or 45 seconds. Make sure you have some water handy potentially if we take a break in the middle. Or not, that's okay. But be excited for class. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated, whether it's before class or after class. The goal is to get like a half gallon of water today, or if you can get a full gallon in, that's awesome. Okay, I'm not sure what awesome is. I kind of slung that out there. It's awesome, but try to spread it out definitely. That's one of the couple of things we can kind of make sure we're doing in these unfortunate times, is making sure that we can kind of, we're at home. To notice I didn't say stuck at home, because we're not stuck at home. Okay, you're at home, being safe. We can build positive habits, whether it's reading every day. I'm not a very avid reader. I need to be, because leaders are readers. And so we're working on reading more. So I'm able to read every single day. You're able to build habits like consistently drinking water at certain times, keeping your body healthy. A lot of times in these times, just at this day and age, everything is ran off Starbucks and off caffeine, and me included. For a while there, I was taking in a gram of caffeine a day, which for math purposes, like a cup of coffee has like 60 milligrams of caffeine. So this was a lot of caffeine and a lot of different sources, because I felt like I had to be super energetic and excited for classes. This is years ago, and then I realized like it's really not good for your body, and I was cramping and because I wasn't drinking enough water. So try to work on, but at the same time, good, if you do take in copious amounts of caffeine, try to work down, okay, but don't go from all of it to none of it, because you will be cranky and unexcited. And caffeine's not bad. It's just like everything else. Anything in high amounts isn't good for you. So try to work on weaning yourself off slowly. I've worked from, again, like close to a gram of caffeine. Now I'm down to about 200 milligrams, which is still probably a little high, but it's a lot safer. Good. It's also kicking energy drinks to the side and working more from tea or coffee, which is a little bit more healthier options. Without getting on a soapbox, that's kind of one of my challenges for you guys, is to let's take this time. Let's try to find a positive in a negative situation. Try to work on building healthier habits. Okay, whether it's by what we're taking in, what we're eating, what we're drinking, and what our body's doing movement-wise. In this case, we're going to work on some stretches today. We're going to work on our kata today, and have a little bit of fun. Okay, so come all the way down. Welcome to your adult class. Push back to the balls of your feet. Keep good posture the best you can. You're also trying to actively drive your heels towards the floor. Good. They won't touch the floor, hopefully, but you're trying to push them there. So you should feel a nice stretch underneath the arches of your foot. Come all the way up. Spread your feet. Good. Rotate your hips a little bit. Inside and outside. Get your hips moving. Get the blood flowing a little bit. Good. Keep your weight in the middle. Hinge backwards, lean down. Keep the focus on your legs. Over to the left side, trying to stretch out that hamstring. With a lot of times with your stances and with your kicks, the thing that kind of stops us from getting where we want to get is having the proper flexibility in your hamstrings and your hip flexors and your inner groin to stop them from doing that. That'll kind of hold on super tight and stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. Good. Other side. So if we take some time, we can go over some stretches and how to do things properly and kind of refocus ourselves on the proper goals to help us get there. Back to the middle. Bend your left knee. And again, the goal with this one is to stretch the inside of your leg. You don't have to get all the way down here if you don't want to. You can also just kind of post up on this knee, and you're trying to hinge that hip to sink the inside and stretch out the inside of your thigh. Other side. Good. Sit all the way down. Take your legs out as wide as you can get them. That's one of the challenges I'm kind of putting forth this challenge week this week. So one of the challenges we're kind of setting forth is like starting today, okay, for the next calendar month, so 30 days, 31 days from now, if we revisit this and go back and kind of see how far and how well our stretches have gone, whether you're kind of doing a very max stretch right now and you're taking a picture of it or a video of it or something, kind of see where you are, and then come back a month from now and then see where you are. So maybe have like you or your parents or somebody around you like take a picture if you can, or just look on the floor and kind of find a marker and see, range, so you can kind of tell how far you are, and then come back and see where you are. Chest is up nice and tall, toes are up the best you can, so you're kind of feeling it in the inside of the groin. Good. Lean over to the side. Keep good posture. Posture doesn't mean you're standing like a board. It just means that your spine is straight. Okay, it's not leaning or bowing to one side. It's not hunching forward and rounding. Your body's tall and you're leaning over. Good. Keeping the emphasis on the stretch of the legs. Switch sides. And then we're going to push forward. Good. Some of you guys, like Aiden, if you're out there practicing, you probably have your chest on the ground right now, and that's awesome. If you can go any further, try for it. I'm not sure how that's physically possible, but I believe in you. Good. And so you're going to from here, lean forward. Best you can. This is uber important, especially I know some of you guys are kind of in your almost teens or in your early teens. And these are the years where your body goes from being very malleable and flexible naturally sometimes as you're younger to then starting to tighten up a little bit. Good. As your body kind of gets stronger and your muscles start to grow and your body changes, a lot of times your muscles will then tighten up as well as they grow and get stronger. And so keeping your flexibility as you're physically growing is super important. Okay, there may be a day where you could do a split and then you wake up the next day you can't. Good. And so it's important to keep that flexibility and maintain that consistency. Good. So now we're going to slide back, pull your legs in, check them out. Last stretch to get the outside of the leg. Okay, this one's a little tricky at first. You're just going to take this foot and you're going to pick it up and then you're going to cross it over. Good. If you want bonus points, good, you're going to take and pull this leg behind you. That part's not mandatory. And you're going to sink and pull it into you. I like to fold my hands and then just sit into it. You should feel it run up the backside here and the outside of your hip. Good. If your body doesn't like to be pretzeled up like this, you can also do the stretch by sinking backwards and pulling it in nice and tight like this. Good. If you want to get from there to there, you just go here. Switch. All right, so we're going to go and get started. Working a lot of heavy forms today. We'll start to kind of branch out a little bit as the weeks kind of go along. We'll add in the self-defenses and the choke defenses and the kicks and do this a lot more frequently. But the first couple weeks, I want to really make sure we kind of put a lot of the onus and the focus on the forms to get those really locked in tight so we can almost kind of check that box mentally, because that is the largest amount of curriculum when it comes to your rotation. That's the most strenuous part. So I want to go ahead and get that out of the way early and then start to just maintain it as we add in everything else. Okay, so again, today, working on Form 2, working on Form 7, okay, and working on Boss Eye. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to face away from you guys, almost like you're behind me in class. We go to rest, ready. We're going to do 12 basics one time. Let me do that backwards so you can see what's going on. And 12 basics, ready, and height, down block. Very good. Height, punch, height, high punch, height, high cover, height, step forward, key my side punch, height, step back and over, cover, height, opposite cover. Very good. Slide back, fugal, outside cover. Very good. Chungle. Double block, very good. Fugal, double block, good. Suto, middle, Suto, low. Cool. Rest and ready. A fun little challenge would be to, if you're an adult student out there, to try to teach 12 basics to somebody around you. Okay, so now that doesn't mean, Corey, you cannot teach Logan this because he probably already knows it. So try to teach someone, like teach your parents. Good. If you're an adult working at home, teach your child. If you're a student at home, good. Teach your friend, somebody. See if you can teach somebody the 12 basics. One of the best ways to learn something is to teach it. Okay, because you have to really understand the ins and outs of it and be able to fine tune it and be able to see it visually and correct it auditorily and kinesthetically. So it helps kind of it just helps you lock that form into your brain better. Okay, so that's my challenge to you guys over the next week. See if you can teach somebody the 12 basics that doesn't already know it, okay? And so maybe post that in the comments or send us a Facebook message if you're doing that. That just makes me excited, okay? So now let's start with Form 2. Good. Ready position. Going to the left first, as in most of our forms, if almost not all of our forms, going this way first. Okay, you're going to down block. Good. Advance forward and throw a face punch. Very good. Settling your stance and your strike at the same time. 180 degrees over your right shoulder. Staying low. doing a down block. Very good. Keeping your head level with where you're going. Set. Face punch. I'm trying to take the camera to the microphone. Very good. Turn to the left. So you're going towards the camera now. Lock and load. Good. Pivot. Down block. Advancing high covers. Rotate horizontally. We talked about that. Good. Push up and explode out. Very good. Step. Good. Blocking hand crosses on the outside. Left hand's on the outside. Step. Strike. Very good. Block it up. Step forward and block. Very good. Now we're going to add the second part of the form. You're going to roll to the left 270. So I'm going there. So if you look at your feet, I have my back foot, my front foot. My left foot's going to basically go right there, but I'm going to go the long way to get there, okay? So from here, I'm going to pivot my feet away. Good. I have my left foot on the flat. I have my right foot pivoted on the ball of my foot. I'm basically just going to, from here, step straight backwards. I'm going to diagonal line. I'm going to step straight backwards. Good. And then from here, just rotate my body and face that way. Good. Now, if you did that right, your body should be in a chungle stance, going this way now. Good. As you land, of course, you down block. You step forward, throw a punch high. Good. Forehead high. And from here, I'm too close. I'm going to back up a little bit. Good. You're going to go to the right again. Good. Over your right shoulder. Don't hit the microphone. Turn. Down block. Very good. Step forward. Face punch. Now I'm coming to you guys, which means we're both facing away. Well, I'm going towards the camera. Where you have your back to the camera. Turn. Down block. Very good. And then advancing high covers, going your back is to me at this point. Good. Step. High cover. Step. High cover. Step, I cover hard. Nice job. Okay, that's as much as we're going to do that. It's almost the entire form. Okay, and the biggest challenge I'll say for you guys doing it is naturally, just subconsciously, we tend to, as we're training, good, and you guys being martial artists means you like to be physical, right? You like to punch, to kick, to block, to move, to sweat. And so a lot of times we like to attack more than we like to defend, right? Okay, we like to punch and kick. That's the exciting and fun part. When you're doing your form, when you come across a block, okay, subconsciously you'll do it almost weaker than you would a strike. So you'll put a lot of emphasis on the face punches and not a lot of emphasis on the blocks. Okay, the way to add emphasis and focus and power to those movements is think of them as strikes, because they are. Every block is also a strike. But you're not necessarily striking the person, you're striking their limb and blocking it. Good, you can also, this is called the bunkai, the practical application of the technique. Okay, so in this case, like your high block is, you're blocking somebody's arm. So it does have to be just as violent and strong as a natural punch would be. But another cool thing is you can, the word bankai, the practical application, is there's kind of a form fit to it, but it's also very open-ended. Okay, it's the practical application. That means there's not just one answer. You can have a couple different answers, good, depending on what your usage is. So like in this case, for your high cover, good, it can also be if somebody is stepping in to me, good, especially if they're bigger than me, if they're either going for a choke or a punch, if I step into them, good, and I throw my high cover coming into their throat or under their chin, almost like an uppercut. So that can differently be the same movement. If you visualize it that way, a lot of times you'll end up doing it a lot stronger because you'll see it as a strike, not necessarily as a block. Okay? So that'll be my challenge as we're kind of going along, is try to have the same oomph and the same power in your blocks that you do your strikes. Right? So let's do form 2 one more time. Here, to the left and down block, which again, to block, it can also be if somebody's in front, striking the inside of the leg. Boom, step forward, punch, nice and strong, very good. Over the right shoulder, turn as your stance lands, your strike lands, eyes up, step, good, punch, turn, down block, good, Mike, step, high cover, boom, either blocking that hand or pushing up under the throat, step, strike, good, step, strike again, oh yeah, good. Lock and load your down block, pivot your feet, look over your shoulder, get your foot to go to the right spot. Keep pivoting. Land your down block. Focus your hands. Step forward. Punch. High. Nice job. Keep getting too close to that wall. Over your right shoulder. Turn. Down block. Good. Eyes up. Step forward. Strike. Very good. To the back wall. Down block. Nice job. Advance. Rotate. Bring it up nice and tall above your forehead. Step forward. Nice and strong. Last one. Hard. Good. Okay. Back to the front. Rest. Ready. Now. Good. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Okay, we're going to move on to form 7. Good. Pyang'an Sawdan. Think like saw hands. Okay, so we're going to work and advance a little bit further into this form. Stay with them best you can. All right? To the left. Hands come down. Fold it up. Good. Blocking strong. Keep good posture. Hands down. Block strong. Make sure this is in line. So if your eyes are going straight forward, you should be able to see this right in front of your vision. This is over your head. Very good. Step left foot forward. Hands come in and tighten. Good. Double cross block. You can't really see it from that angle. It's here. Good. Right hand goes in the front. Boom. Nice. As you pull, that's your time to pivot. And go ahead and prepare your stance for that Fugel double block. You'll push off this foot, leaning onto this foot. You'll then chamber up your left leg. Hands come across your body. Good. You will lean back as you finish your pivot. You throw a back fist. Good. Almost to just get their vision to look at one thing so you can then kick underneath it and kick them with it. Good. So it's here, rechamber, pivot, elbow. That part's kind of tricky and hard to do slow. So done faster. We back up so to the camera. Here. Good. Pivot, chamber. Woo, find your balance. Good. Pivot, high cover, and chop. Good. Back leg front kick. Hands come down. As you extend. Good. It's a looping. Good. Back fist. When you step your left foot behind your right foot, make sure there's not a lot of weight distribution change. Okay? So what I mean by that, I'll show you from the side. Okay, so this is me again going this way, but I'm here. I throw a back leg front. And then from here, I pivot. I set. When I put this leg behind it, I don't lean to it. So I don't go onto the ball at the heel of my foot. I'm not here. All of my weight's basically on this leg. There. This foot being here is just kind of a midpoint to allow me to spin faster. Good, so you're here. Now from there, we're going to rotate away from the camera to the left. We're not going directly to away from me. So you're not putting your back completely to me. We're going to keep going and then go at an angle to the corner of the room. Okay? So the way you think about it, if you're standing facing this way, good. Okay, if you're kind of right there, then we're going to that back right corner. Good. So if you're looking at the TV or the camera and it's kind of in this kind of format like that, then it's to the back right part of the room. So from there, you'll turn, go to the corner here. But if you're looking over your shoulder looking at me, you should have your left foot going to that corner. You're in a chungle stance. Your hands are up, about forehead high. Good. Your back leg, your right leg, you're going to take that right hand, rotate it, and then pull it into your body as you throw a back leg front kick with your right leg, signifying grabbing the person. Good. Taking the right hand, you're pulling them in with your right hand as you kick them away with your right foot. So it's here, set it down, punch, punch, chest, chest, boom, boom. Good. So one more time. Turn it. Don't open it up, just turn it. Pull as you kick. Square your left hand up, punch, punch. Good. Cross your hands. You'll then return your foot right back to the middle. You're going to rotate 90 degrees. That means we're going to go from the back right corner to the back left corner. Okay? So we go from here. Good. You step out with that right foot. So your right foot controlled all that movement. After I did the kick, punch, punch, right leg comes back, pivot, right leg goes out. And of course, your hands go out too. Now your left hand pulls as your left leg kicks. Set, punch, punch. Now we are going completely away from the camera. We're going to the complete back wall. Good. Shuffle back, Fugel stance, double block. Okay. That's a lot. Let's stay there. That's an immense amount of form. Okay. One more time from the beginning. I'm trying to get this out of the way so I stop popping the mic in the ear in the camera. Do my best. Good. Okay. Now that's form 7. I would work that if you need to work that. Last one, of course, is boss eye. We have a couple minutes left, so we're going to work boss eye the best we can. We're going to try to add on to what we did last time and just make sure we stay sharp with what we have now, hitting the key points, right? So bow, present up, right hand's a fist, left hand's a knife hand. Pull down. As you pull up, lift that elbow, rise to the ball of your foot, ball of your feet, block. It's a hammer fist. Turn, cross left hand block. Right hand comes underneath. Sorry for breathing into the camera. Getting tired. Turn, left hand block. Cross the body, right hand, block. Make sure it's at that nice 135-degree angle. As you push off that right foot and transfer the weight to the left foot, you chamber the leg, block down, right in line with your back leg. And then as you raise it up, go almost like you're getting ready for an inside cover. You then turn, boom. Left hand, rotate the body, block. Prepare the arms, slide back, even. Your feet are on the same line. Pivot and drop your stance. Chop, right on the outside of the shoulder. Good. Punch, center of the chest. As you rotate your feet to the base, now you're going to the front left corner with your feet. Your body rotates that direction. Your right hand from the punch will then rotate. Scoop up your block. Good. Pull your right leg back where it was. Settle your punch. To the right corner. Good. That's why the heel's flat. Rotate the block. Body rotates. Very good. Straighten it up. Punch. Left leg will then pivot and slide underneath you. Not all the way across, just to the halfway point. Good. So we'll pivot, slide, all the weight on this leg. Hands will pull back. Your right hand is slightly over the top of the left one. When you just, so it's not here. Good. In some styles it is, and that's fine. There's a lot of differences when it comes to how the hands will move when you block. In our style, the hands rotate here. Good. So it's there. And then as my right foot shoots forward, I do a block. Pivot, block, pivot, block, step back, block. Right foot's going to sneak behind left foot with all of the weight being on that left foot. Right hand's on the inside of your left hand. So it's in, up. Good. I'm basically on one leg. As I pull to the inside of my body, I will pivot this foot and do a turning side kick. Not a back leg round kick, not a side kick, round kick thing. It's a turning side kick. Okay? So from here, pull, rotate, pivot. Good. Block. Take your right foot, step forward one more time. So now this one you're going completely away from the camera. Your back is to me. You're probably looking over your shoulder like this, so make sure you're doing it like that. Your right foot's in the front. Your right hand is blocking. Good. From there, you'll pull your feet together. Hands come in nice and tight. Keep good posture. Good. Your hands are going to double spear hand down. It's almost like it's a breakaway. Good. It could also be a strike to the bladder, to the groin. Here. Good. Now from there, your right foot, good, will step forward. I'm not mirroring you in this moment, so if you have to kind of look over and see what's going on, your right foot will step forward into chungle stance. Okay, your hands open up. Good. And then you will strike. You're taking your hammer fists, and you're basically hitting the person standing in front of you in the ribs, the double rib attack. Boom. Okay? So it's not a cover. It's not a block like this. It comes to the outside, and it smashes in, landing right inside your shoulder line. Good? So I went 1, 2, step, 3. Good? Last move. Okay, we're going to be going, kind of still going away from the camera. Good? You're going to take a shuffle step, which means you're going to take your back leg and step to even, and then take your right foot and step forward. So I go from here. Good. Right hand pulls in, left hand punches. Good. Just preparing to punch. Right foot steps forward again. Right hand punches. Good. So that whole thing. Again, you're going away from the camera right at this point. Good. We went 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's all of VASA we're going to cover to this point. Okay, we worked on, added in your flexibility challenge, stretching every single day. Okay, parents, if you're watching at home, maybe if you want to try to do it too and just see who can get stretchier in the next 30 days, you or your child, that would be kind of fun. And then we also are working on kind of mastering these kata the best we can. If there's any confusion or kind of parts that you're having trouble with when it comes to the rotations, especially because we're definitely changing a lot of directions in the form. We're doing a lot of different things. So if any of that's not quite computing or coming across like I want it to, let me know. Okay, we can teach it a different way. We can go from a different angle to help make sure we're kind of cleaning up those gaps. Remember the SIA form, if you're wanting the SIA form, we're still at this point where you guys, the adults, or your SIA form will be with the intermediate advanced SIA form. You'll learn the same one. You'll end up learning more when we end up getting to the point where their form is done in its entirety and we have to then add on your portion. Then we'll adjust the time frame. For right now, just watch that or kind of check into that video when we do it. You'll be able to get all of that SIA form and the 2:30 intermediate to advanced SIA time frame on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay? Coming up next will be the sparring, conditioning, and drills class for everybody. So if you guys are here ready to work and kind of stay stretched out, get some water, we're going to have a fun old time in about 4 minutes. Okay? Feet together and bow. Good. Get some water. You are dismissed.